Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Carl Nathy with the University of Kentucky Office of Public Relations and Marketing. Serve as your Master of Ceremonies this morning. This is an important announcement, an important day for the University of Kentucky, and even more importantly, 10 days from now, Thursday, October the 15th, 2015, UK football will host the Auburn University Tigers at the new Commonwealth Stadium right here. And this matchup marks UK's first Thursday football game since 1939. Now, I believe that was November 30th, 1939 against Tennessee. I looked it up in the media guide and checked with Tony Neely. I'm pretty sure Thursday, November 30th, 1939. However, I want to say I was not at that game. Not true. Anyway, along with the excitement of this Thursday night game, there will be some challenges presented to the campus community and to the city of Lexington in regard to parking and transportation. And that's what today is why we're here to talk about all of that. And first, our speaker to lead us off, the 12th president of the University of Kentucky, President Eli Capilouto.
Thank you, Carl. And October 15th will be a special day for our university community. It's occasion to highlight on the national spotlight, you won't have any other competition on ESPN that night, I believe, who we are at the University of Kentucky. Hosting a Thursday night ESPN game provides a distinctive opportunity to show how we're transforming our campus, our deep connection with the city of Lexington, and our great university community. It's also a chance to highlight the wonderful cohesion between athletics and academics on the University of Kentucky campus. Our athletics department is a partner for progress. In many ways, large and small, UK athletics collaborates with the campus. Most recently, and I see many of you who attended our announcement of this, athletics partnered with the College of Health Sciences to develop the new UK Sports Science Research Institute, which targets those in our military as well as those who perform in sports. And UK Athletics has made it possible through 2/3 of the support of the entire construction costs of $112 million so that we can build a state-of-the-art academic science building that will provide our students a learning experience that is unparalleled. In the spirit of that partnership and in the spirit of our mission, it's important to remind everyone that the University of Kentucky is going to operate on a normal schedule on October 15th. Our classes and clinics will be operating on a normal schedule, and always decisions about individual classes and exams scheduled for that day are entirely at the discretion of UK's faculty. Our healthcare operations will also run on a normal schedule. I don't think you ever have a really normal schedule, but it's going to be as normal as possible. And Ann Smith from UK Healthcare will speak more to that shortly. That being said, we realize that parking and transportation on game day will not be without its challenges. I'm grateful for Executive Vice President for Finance Eric Monday and Athletic Director Mitch Barnhart for forming a working group more than a year ago to develop a transportation plan for that day. All of that information is available at uky.edu/Thursday football. Thursday football is all one word. We encourage everyone to go to that website to understand the parking and transportation plan for that day. This will be a special day for our campus. And I thank everyone who's been a part in preparing for this, and I thank everyone in advance for your patience and cooperation as we showcase an incredible community to the rest of the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, President Capilouto. And it will be, as the President said, a showcase evening, not only for our university, but for our fair city of Lexington. And to talk more about that, the Honorable Jim Gray, Mayor of Lexington. Jim?
Carl, thank you, sir. Well, good morning, everyone. Down at City Hall, we have been talking about new concept that the President and I have also talked about, and that's called university cities. It turns out that cities our size, Lexington size, that are home to great universities have a lot in common. They're great places to live, high education rates, low cost of living, low unemployment, low violent crime, and university cities unite behind a team, like Lexington unites around the Wildcats. Yes, Lexington is united behind UK. UK sports bring a lot of energy, enthusiasm, fun, and excitement to our city. Everyone enjoys it when football season starts. We support our team in the usual ways by coming to the games and cheering them on, and we also show our support in ways only a city can offer, like asking our police to help make game days safe for everyone, those traveling to and from the game, and those who live and work around the stadium. That's what today's news conference is about, encouraging everyone to come to the game and support the Cats, but do it in ways that are safe, in ways that respect stadium neighbors and neighborhoods. As the President said, a Thursday night game, October 15, means new traffic challenges because it is a work day. Everyone should pay more attention as they're traveling, going home, and fans will have to be especially careful getting to and from the game and parking. But we can do it. Over the past few years, the city and the university have built a real spirit of cooperation and on game days, an atmosphere of respect for everyone. October is an exciting month for our city. In addition to UK football, we'll have the eyes of the world on us later in the month for the Breeders' Cup and the Breeders' Cup Festival. Breeders' Cup weekend also brings the University of Tennessee to Commonwealth Stadium and Halloween. So let's do what university cities do: enjoy, have fun, unite behind our team, and keep everyone safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, the man who pilots our athletics program, and in addition to a very easy football victory on Saturday night, pleased to report the volleyball team had another win yesterday. Men's soccer won. Our athletics program is going great guns, and the leader of that program, our athletics director, Mitch Barnhart. Mitch?
Thank you. It was appreciate everybody being here. It seems like we did this just about a month ago to talk about as we cranked up the season. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank everyone for what they did the first 5 weeks. It's been a learning curve, new things, new ways to get in and out of our stadium. Our fans have adjusted to different places to park and the new seating configurations. It's been all new to us. And so we have grown through that for the first 5 weeks, and we've come through it in really wonderful shape. And I want to thank everybody for what they did to get us to that spot, from the city officials and to the police, both university police and the city police. Our physical plant folks have been amazing here on campus as we've had things that have come up each game where they have absolutely stepped in the gap and really helped us every game. It's been wonderful. To our fans have been outstanding. We've had 4 home games so far, 3 sellouts. We have a 4th sellout for that Thursday night game with Auburn. It is sold out already, so we're excited about that. Our fans have responded. Most of all, I want to thank those players and those coaches because they've responded. And we're 4-1. This team has shown some incredible resiliency, and Carl sort of said, yeah, it was an easy game on Saturday night. That none of them have been easy. None of them have been easy. And these kids have battled, and we're a little banged up as a football team. But we've got some time to heal up, and I'm excited about the fact that we've got a week off, and we have a chance to prepare for an incredible deal on a Thursday night. Something we haven't done in, obviously, as Carl alluded to, a very, very long time, 1939 or whatever the number was. I'll assure you I wasn't here. So I'll assure you of that. But these things have been done a long time. Thursday night games have been done a long time on ESPN. And they've become quite a showpiece for institutions, for communities, for your conference. And we have an obligation in our league to participate with ESPN in that venture. And we've participated on the road, and we've been a part of those on the road. We've never been a part of one in our home stadium. So this is a completely new deal for us. And so as Dr. Capilouto alluded to and thanking people, I'd also like to thank two folks on my staff who've been working with Eric Monday day in and day out on these meetings, and that's Mark Hill and Kevin Saul have worked incredibly hard operationally on our side to make sure that we're prepared for a Thursday night showcase. And we want it to be a showcase. We want to have 60,000 people in the stadium plus, and we want to have an incredible day, and Keeneland's running that day, and we've got an opportunity to showcase our city very uniquely. And we'll have that again, as Mayor Gray alluded to, later in the month with the Breeders' Cup and the Tennessee football game. And what an incredible month for us to have an opportunity to showcase our state and our city and our university. And for us within the athletic department, we want to showcase our football team. And so I'm really excited that Coach Stoops and what he has worked so hard to grow is absolutely paying dividends on the field. And so we're seeing a great effort by our guys. So it is a great opportunity for us, and I want everyone to stay safe in what we do. We're looking forward to it, and I would be absolutely remiss if I didn't thank all the folks up here on the stage for allowing us the opportunity to get this done. It's been talked about an awfully long time, and we've been anxious to do it. And I think it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful Thursday night, and appreciate everybody allowing us a chance to participate. So thanks for being here and getting today. We'll look forward to October 15th with great excitement. So thanks again.
Thank you, Mitch. Our next speaker is the Chief of Police here at the University of Kentucky, and his name is Joe Monroe, and he just has an easy time of it also when it comes to football Saturdays. He's looking forward to this challenge. But in all seriousness, Joe Monroe and the University Police working together with Lexington Police. We're going to hear from Chief Barnhart after Chief Monroe. It's a wonderful partnership, and things run very smoothly on our game day events. Joe?
Thanks, Carl. Well, good morning. What an exciting time we've got going on, not only with the university, but with UK football. And the university is prepared to take another historic undertaking this year with the upcoming football game against Auburn. It'll be, I guess, the second Thursday night game, but I guarantee it's probably the first on national TV. I don't think they had TVs back in 1939 that were prime time. So, but we are excited to be hosting this on prime time. And when the university first announced that we were going to do this, like Dr. Capilouto said, Executive Vice President Eric Mundy and Mitch Barnhart put together a team from around the university that focused on how are we going to keep normal operations and integrate that with our game day operations. And that team has done a wonderful job in coming up with we feel like is a plan that's going to work and be successful. One of the things that what we have done is we have established what we are calling a multi-agency coordination center, a MAC, an M-A-C-C, a MAC. And with that MAC, we will be staffing that starting on Wednesday, October 14th, Wednesday, October 14th at noon, and that will remain operational through October 16th, the Friday at 11 a.m. At the MAC, it will be staffed by representatives from UK Police, UK Parking and Transportation, UK Public Relations, members of the Office of Executive Vice President, Finance and Administration, Lexington Police, Lexington Fire Departments, as well as other representatives that are key to our normal game day operations. Additionally, we will be including our transportation partner, Go Ground Transportation. The MAC will have an informational hotline available to get update information as well as answer any questions that the public may have. And that toll-free number is 855 682-4115, 855-682-4115. We also encourage our fans as well as other members of the city of Lexington to also visit our game day website that Dr. Capilouto has already given you. That information on that website is critical to letting everyone know where to park, what our transportation plans are, and just like any other football game day, there's going to be restrictive parking in the Commonwealth Stadium area on South Campus. Additionally, into the normal operations, 3 of the lots are going to close a little bit earlier for this Thursday night game. The stadium green lot, just across the street here, will close at 10 p.m. on Wednesday, October 14th. The Gluck Equine lot and the expansion part of the Orange lot will also close at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. The Rose Street parking garage, that's commonly referred to as PS2, and the Press Avenue garage, commonly referred to as PS6, will be available for employee parking. However, employees are encouraged to remove their vehicles from these facilities prior to 5 p.m. on Thursday, October 15th, to accommodate additional football visitor parking. Now, the big question has been, what are we going to do with student parking around the stadium? So those students and employees who park in the areas that are normally restricted for game day credential parking will be accommodated in a variety of parking facilities that we've acquired off campus. Those parking areas are assigned by group in order to ensure an adequate parking is available and to streamline the transportation in our shuttle service. We have partnered with Go Ground Transportation. It's a national firm. These buses are all handicap and disabled accessible, and will be able to transport members of the UK community, employees and students alike, to and from the remote parking lots off campus. These routes are designed to transport passengers to different locations on campus. So that's why it's important to look at the website and understand what the transportation plan is. Regardless of whether or not your individual parking areas are directly impacted by the game day parking restrictions, all UK students and employees should anticipate a little bit of longer commute. So we encourage everybody to plan accordingly. Leave early if you have to. Plan on to arrive early. UK Police, in coordination with our partners in UK Athletics and Lexington Police, as well as the Lexington Traffic Engineering, have developed a comprehensive traffic management plan that will be very similar to our normal game day operations, but we've been able to integrate the normal workday traffic into that. And I will tell you, that has not been an easy task. But we are excited and encourage everybody to be patient. That is probably the number one thing, is be patient, plan on arriving early and leaving early.
Thank you, Chief Monroe. And this is all about the town-gown relationship, a partnership with the City of Lexington to speak on behalf of the Division of Police for Lexington Fayette Urban County Government. It's my pleasure to introduce Chief Mark Barnhart. Chief?
The question is, how's it really going to work? Is that what everybody wants to know? When you have Keeneland and you have a great football event like this on a Thursday night, and you have the downtown economy that's going to be leaving and going home back and forth, well, the answer is patience. And we said that on the very first sold-out game that we had with the new stadium, and that's why we're having the press conference so early in the week, is please plan ahead. You know that there's going to be some parking that's going to go over into the neighborhoods. We're asking students, if you're doing that, be careful with the signage, because the residents that live in those neighborhoods expect to have their streets freed up. So illegal parking will be enforcing that. Working with the Saturday afternoon games, we usually have tailgating and events going on. Thursday we'll have the same thing. So it's a pretty exciting day when you look at Lexington and really what's happening. You're going to have Keeneland event going on. You're going to have people preparing for the game that's happening, and then a Thursday night game. And the key to it all, once again, is patience, and we ask everybody to plan ahead. Transportation to and from, we've worked with traffic engineering. They have a solid plan getting people there. You know how it is when you're leaving Lexington on Nicholasville Road going home at 5 o'clock. Well, imagine now throwing a Thursday night game at that time. Look at alternative routes. We'll be working with the traffic plan throughout other parts of the city, Harrodsburg Road, coordinating those signals, and other venues getting out. So we're just asking everyone to plan ahead, be a little bit patient, understand, listen to the information outlets that we have information flowing out to you, respect the neighborhoods outside of the campus where people are living, and be careful where you're parking. So we expect it to be a great event. It'll be a great Thursday night and to showcase Lexington. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And our last speaker in the formal part of the program before we invite questions, she is the Chief Administrative Officer for UK Healthcare, Ann Smith. Ann?
Well, we've done a lot of talking about teamwork, and I'm going to talk about the UK healthcare team. It really is our privilege and prerogative to be a part of this event, to share with the Lexington community and our campus community, and to make sure that we keep our doors open and operations as normal as possible. Excuse me. During this prime time for UK and Lexington to be heralded on national television, as well as our football team. Our close proximity to Commonwealth Stadium has allowed us to sort of have dress rehearsal for this event, 6, 7, 8 times a year. We navigate the traffic of the great football fans that we have at UK, making sure that our hospitals and clinics stay operational. We've come together this year because it's not quite going to be business as usual, and it's not quite going to be the same. But our leaders and staff are ready to address challenges and strategize the solutions that we've had the opportunity to do because Mr. Monday chose to have such an early planning event. We've addressed a lot of issues that we believe will help us to maintain business as close to normal as possible. We've worked collaboratively with the campus community and the internal team of UK Healthcare to make sure this will work for the patients we serve. There are parking options for staff and maybe a little fun along the way. It is a football game, and we'll maintain those shuttles and all the different alternatives. Staff will be getting information mailed to their home. I can't reemphasize enough the value of that website. We'll have maps and directions on there. The main garages at Kentucky Clinic and our hospital garage on Transcript Avenue will be open to staff and faculty who are working off shift. So once we clear the patient traffic from the daytime, those will be available to our staff and faculty. We're aware, as everyone in the region is, that game day parking will cause temporary inconveniences. We understand that our patients need us to report to work as usual. We're relieving staff who are waiting for us to come in, and we are taking care of the ill and injured of Kentucky, so we need to be here. We ask that all staff and faculty plan ahead for these unusual and temporary travel conditions and allow more time to get where you're going. Part of allowing that more time is sort of reducing your expectations, so get there early. Being informed is key and a valuable asset during this day of challenge and opportunity. There will be a lot of resources for the information, so please review the game day parking maps and the instructions that are available on the website and allow extra time to get to work. So I will end by saying thank you for your patience. Let's have a great game on the 15th. We hope to see you in the stadium and not in our emergency department. Go Cats.
Thank you, Ann. Well said, Ann. We do want to open it up now for questions from the news media. At this time, I'd like to also ask if Lance Broking, who is the Director of Parking and Transportation Services, and Bill Malsby there to my left, they'll also be available to answer questions both in this general Q&A and on an individual basis. So anybody out there from the news media that has a question for any of our speakers, or for Bill Malsby, who's President and CEO of Go Ground, or Lance Broking, who is our Director of Parking and Transportation Services here at the University of Kentucky. Questions? Yes, John.
Mitch, why now? I mean, what made you think that this is the year to do this since you haven't done it before?
It's under our television contracts through the league, we are obligated to do so many of these over a period of years. All of our schools, there are certain schools that have traditionally done those. South Carolina's been pretty consistent in doing them. Auburn has done several of them. I think Vanderbilt has done some. Trying to work my way through the league. I'm sure there are others. Everyone, you want to participate and help the conference when you can. The conference came to us a couple of years back and said, as you're mapping out your schedule, and we map our schedules out several years in advance, we had gotten to a spot where we needed to have a Thursday night game this year for the conference. Commissioner Slive at the time came and asked me if we would be willing to take it on and to look at it. I went to Dr. Capilouto and I asked his permission to have a conversation about it, and realizing, and he has seen it firsthand on several occasions, living in Alabama for all those years, and has seen how effective it can be in showcasing your university, and so I was appreciative of him saying, yeah, let's give it a go. And then it fit our schedule, so we were able to strategically put it in our schedule, find the bye week. This is the season where there's only one bye week in the season because of the number of weeks in the football season. So for us, strategically, it worked out really, really well, because what it did was it gave us about a 10-day bye on one side of it and about an 8-day bye on the next side. So it really gave us, over about a 3-week period of time, a time we really only played about one game. And so we're very, very thankful for that. I guess you could say, too, if you look on the back side of that, but it gives us, our team, an immense amount of rest in the middle of a season when we only have one bye. So strategically, it was very, very helpful to us competitively from that purpose. From just an opportunity to do something completely unique, it's a great opportunity. And, it's hard. All great things are hard. I mean, all the things that you want to do that are great are not easy to do. If they were, everybody would do them. And so it's an unbelievable opportunity for us to showcase what's the best, as Mayor Gray said, about a university city. And I think we do that as well as anybody in the country with regards to our sports programs and what we have to offer. And now the nation gets to see that. So it's a good time for everything. And the growth of our football program also gives us a better chance to be competitive on one of those Thursday nights and have a really cool scene. Being sold out, very helpful.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes, Chris.
Either one of the police gentlemen, I think we all marvel at the job you do at getting people in and out of here on game days. It's amazing how we do it. But they all come one way and they come into the stadium, and by the time I get to within 3 or 4 hours of a game, most people are tailgating and doing that stuff they got in here. But now we got the crush of people going out. Will some of those people have to take different roads? Let's say they go home to Harrodsburg. Will some of those people have to take a different route home that night than they do other nights? Will there be detours in place?
For us, for the traffic plan, we've modified it. You're right, exactly. So you'll have the downtown business that's leaving, coming in at the same time, and the tailgating, which starts earlier. That's why we're saying we'll have the traffic plan out. Traffic engineering's modifying Nicholasville Road. If you notice, usually it's all the lanes going out and one lane coming in. They're going to split that coming in and out, which will push some traffic out on Harrodsburg Road and some of the other exits from the city. So that's why we're doing it this week instead of next week, so it gives everybody the opportunity to look at it and how we're going to modify it. So we expect it. I mean, we expect it on the 31st with Breeders' Cup. We expect it with Keeneland going on, and we have that all the time with people rushing to the stadium at the last moment because they're at Keeneland and working those access roads. So we'll have it in place. It'll be the same plan, just modified a little bit to get people out of the city that want to go home and the other ones wanting to get to the stadium.
Anyone else? All right. We thank you very much for your attendance. We invite you to visit individually Bill Malsby from Go Ground, Lance Broking, Parking and Transportation Services, or any of our other speakers. Thank you, and we'll see you, if not sooner, we'll see you on Thursday, October 15th. Have a good day.